Oracular Reading, Aries, January 2026. The Awakening of Artistic Mastery. To capture the subtler layers of this transition, we combine the wisdom of the traditional tarot, the objectivity of the Gypsy tarot, Lenormand, the ancestral strength of the Umbanda tarot, the elemental connection of the natural witch, and the instinctive wisdom of the animal spirit, wild unknown. Welcome to your January 2026 portal, Aries. This is not just the beginning of a new month or a new year. It is the zero milestone of a 7-year cycle. We are experiencing the rare encounter between your practical and structuring will, Saturn, and the oceanic, mystical, and inspired vision of your spirit, Neptune. Tell me in the comments which city or country you are watching this video from. Now let's put the cards for Aries on the table. Beaver, Animal Spirit, the Whip, Gypsy Tarot, 7 of Swords, Tarot, the Star, Umbanda, the Clouds, Gypsy Tarot, the Broom, Natural Witch, the Magician, Tarot, the Scythe, Gypsy Tarot, the Beehive, Natural Witch, the Gypsy Woman, Umbanda, the Dog, Gypsy Tarot, 7 of Pentacles, Tarot, the Hermit, Tarot, Caboclo, Umbanda, Peacock, Animal Spirit, the Sun, Tarot, the Cross, Gypsy Tarot, the Bear, Gypsy Tarot, Zango, Umbanda, the Key, Gypsy Tarot, Fire, Natural Witch, the Swan, Animal Spirit. Block 1, Instinct, Protection, and Creative Movement cards. Beaver, Animal Spirit, and the Whip, Gypsy Tarot. The journey begins with the contrast between construction and purification. The beaver from Animal Spirit is the master builder of the animal kingdom. January will be a month of hands-on work, of intense artistic labor. The beaver indicates that you have all the necessary resources to build your dam, your creative safe haven. It is an energy of tireless productivity and total focus on the foundation of your new phase. However, this workforce is accompanied by the Whip, Lenormand. The Whip here does not indicate gratuitous pain, but speaks of discipline, rhythm, and the urgent need to clean the environment. In the artist's life, this represents cutting off distractions and energetic parasites. Heightened sensitivity. While the beaver builds, the Whip cleanses intrusive energies. If your intuition vibrates negatively in relation to a partnership, contract, or work environment, listen to the crack of the Whip. Your individuality and your ability to say no will be your most effective survival tools. Don't let other people's pace interfere with the architecture of your masterpiece. Block 2, the Risk and Alchemy of Vision cards, 7 of Swords, Tarot, the Star, Umbanda, the Clouds, Gypsy Tarot, and the Broom, Natural Witch. We now enter the strategy. The 7 of Swords represents the need to be shrewd and protect your originality. In the art world, this means guarding your central idea until it is mature enough to be revealed. It is the steeling of fire necessary to illuminate your own path. Next to it, we have the Star, which in the Umbanda Tarot shines with the strength of Yemenja and the currents of light. It is your North Star, your hope, and the confirmation that your spiritual direction is correct. Conflict and cleansing. The Clouds, Lenormand, may try to cloud your vision at the beginning of the month, bringing doubts about your market or talent. This is where the Broom, Natural Witch, comes in. You must perform a mental and physical cleansing. Sweep away the uncertainties. The Crossing. You are leaving behind the turbulent waters of the recent past. The combination of the Star with the Broom indicates a systemic cleansing of creative blocks. The crossing to clearer waters has begun, but it requires you to filter who enters your inner circle. Ignore voices that do not know the weight of your brush or your instrument. Block 3. The Awakening of the Creator and the Scythe of the Harvest cards. The Magician, Tarot, and the Scythe, Gypsy deck. The message is direct. The time for theory is over. The magician appears with all the elements on the table: earth, fire, water, and air, ready to create. However, he is accompanied by the scythe, Lenormand, the necessary cut. To manifest the new, magician, you need to reap, scythe, what has already died. This may mean abandoning an old style, a project that no longer makes sense, or an old way of presenting yourself to the world. Power Insight. January 2026 calls for you to transform spiritual vision into material profit. The clarity brought by the scythe resolves a problem that has been dragging you down for years. You know that project that's been stalled since the last decade? The scythe cuts through the impasse. Write down your ideas, sign your contracts, and use the magician's authority to materialize your new artistic phase. Block 4. The new economy of the artistic soul cards, the Beehive, Natural Witch, the Gypsy, Umbanda, and the Dog, Gypsy Tarot. The universe proposes a new model for your career, the economy of absolute authenticity. The Beehive indicates that success will come from an organized and organic effort focused on your unique essence. The Gypsy, Umbanda. She brings freedom, movement, and the prosperity of the roads. She asks you, do you have the courage to be free? Being paid for being yourself requires you to accept your untamed nature and not try to conform. Fidelity, the Dog. The dog in the Gypsy Tarot represents loyalty. But in this reading, the focus is on fidelity to your inner self. If an artistic project has no soul, it will not be sustainable. Success in January comes from the union between the productive structure, Beehive, and the freedom to be who you are, Gypsy. Block 5, Evaluation, Pruning, and the Throne of the Woods cards, 7 of Pentacles, Tarot, the Hermit, Tarot, and Caboclo, Umbanda. The 7 of Pentacles invites a reflective pause. As an artist, you look at your work and assess whether the result is worth the time investment. The Hermit suggests a necessary retreat, a creative retreat to hear your own voice without interference. The strength of the Caboclo. In the Umbanda Tarot, the Caboclo brings the strength of the woods, firmness, and ancestral knowledge. He replaces fleeting impulsiveness with a calm and earth-centered authority. Your art in January will be profound, rooted, and full. If a professional path seems empty, the Caboclo will guide you to a new trail in the forest of your creativity. Trust in silence and observation. Block 6. Exposed Brilliance and the Transmutation of Burden cards. Peacock, Animal Spirit, the Sun, Tarot, and the Cross, Gypsy deck. Your voice calls for expansion. The peacock from Animal Spirit is a call to show your colors. It's time to spread your tail and allow the world to see the beauty of your work without false modesty. The Sun over the Cross. The Cross, Lenormand, indicates that the heavy burden and pains of previous cycles have finally been completed. The sacrifice is over. The sun shines directly on this cross, transmuting the weight into light and visibility. Real expansion. Progress is now visible. Step out of your comfort zone. If you produce art locally, the cards indicate that the global market or new horizons await you. The peacock doesn't hide. It manifests with pride. Block 7. Justice, Power, and Zango's Axe cards. The Bear, Gypsy Tarot, and Zango Umbanda. Consolidating your material power, the Bear brings financial security and protection to your artistic territory. However, the Bear can be heavy or possessive. This is where Zango's balance comes in. The spiritual king of wands. Zango is the lord of lightning and justice. He governs the idea and execution with the axe, Oksei. He brings the perfect balance between strategy and action. You will know exactly what is fair to demand and where to invest your energy. January consolidates your financial foundation through magnetic, fair, and unwavering leadership. Where Zango strikes the hammer, doubt does not remain. Block 8, the closing, the Swan's final flight cards, the key, Gypsy Tarot, fire, natural witch, and the swan, animal spirit. We close with an explosion of renewal. The key, Lenormand, opens doors that were previously locked by karmic obligations. The fire of the natural witch definitively burns away the remnants of scarcity mentality and old fears. The swan. The swan represents ultimate beauty, grace, and mastery achieved after diving into the depths of emotions. You are no longer just trying to survive or prove yourself. You are gliding over the waters of your own creation with elegance and authority. Transmuted luck. Fire transforms nothing into power. A spark of new life emerges, igniting your next big project. Conclusion. The artist's new kingdom. Aries, as you close this January 2026 portal, keep these spiritual amulets for your journey. The key is in your hands. Access to new audiences and markets depends only on your courage to turn the lock and enter. Ritualize your creation. Use the elements of fire and the herbs of the natural witch to cleanse your atelier, your stage, or your studio. Physical cleansing reflects in the clarity of the work. The metamorphosis of the swan. The cycle of trials from previous years has ended. You emerge as master of your own aesthetics and ruler of your destiny. You are the architect, the work, and the museum itself. January is the first stroke of your new power map. Assume the throne with justice and beauty. Now, the key to consolidating this new phase is also in your actions. If this reading resonated with a magician who materializes truths, your click can open doors for everyone. Don't let doubt, the clouds, overshadow this impulse. For this channel to continue being a swan that brings beauty and clarity, I need you. Subscribe now so you don't miss the upcoming videos that will delve deeper into these archetypes. Share this energy with those who need this journey and leave a powerful comment saying, which card spoke most to your artistic spirit? Your suggestion could be the guiding star for our next content. The fire of our community begins with your action. See you soon.